I'd like to show you a demo of how easily it is to integrate the APPCityLife mobile publishing platform with the Accela Construct API. I have a application running designed here, and I'm going to show it to you in the simulator that will call several APIs. It will authenticate the user, return the modules that for the agency that user belongs to, the record types that are in those modules, the records, and show how we can update and create records. So I'll run the application. It's called Accela Create. I'm not logged in, so I'll authenticate this user. So it'll call the API to log in, and I'm authenticated. It'll go off and call an API to get the modules for this agency. This app can be designed any look and feel you want. We chose to list the modules in a list controller with a couple of tabs. That one tab shows the modules, the other tab shows what records this particular user has created. So as you can see here, I can just look at my records. I can also do other things with these records. For example, you can see someone here was put in a long description and see all the fields here. This is can be designed by whatever agency who this belongs to. If I want to look at other data, like some of the metadata here, maybe I want to go look at some workflow tasks that are associated with this record. You can see I get all the workflow tasks here, case intake, all the data belongs to that. Back to the modules. You can see here I can dive down, look at all the record types that are available for that module. Go look at any kind of records that might be there. I can do things, you can go through this list and maybe I want to look up something, and for example I can do filtering like agency. You can see there's several in there with that. I can create a new record, and this record would go off and create another API that initializes, build dynamically the UI that corresponds to this particular record, and give you all the right native controls for this input. So I'm not going to bother creating that particular record. I'm going to go off into service request. For example, maybe I have a tree problem that I want to report. So let's go do that. Do some tree maintenance records so I can see the ones that are here now. I'm going to create a new one. You can see it's a different form that I have to input. So put a description. The API returns values that are appropriate for those controls, and we populated them here automatically. I'm a citizen, my location. Go ahead and notify me. So this will call an update API. Update the record has not been made available to the public, has not been finalized. We wired that to when the user says they're finally done. Just ask me if I want to submit this record, I'll say yes. Now we could either go to that item, come to this list. We just decided to come back to this list in this demo. I actually wired it so that it doesn't automatically update, but rather on the pull I can get a refresh of that data source. Many ways we can wire that. So if I go look at any of these records, I can now go and decide I want to go update them. I want to add on here that it's also blocking the driveway and the street. Maybe I want to make other changes and make some updates. You can see here it's automatically updated. So that's updating, creating records, and you can delete them, go through all the modules. Now I'd like to show you how easy it is to create a template. Say a city wants to, they like this app and they don't want to have to start from scratch, but we want to have them just customize it for themselves. So this application is here in our web browser. I'm looking at, for example, one of the data sources that goes and calls the version 4 of just giving me records and passes the get parameters and any other header information like the access token and so forth in here. I can change any of this I want and then save it and create a template out of it. So I'm going to close this. And create a template. All I have to do is say I want to create a template out of this. It'll ask me for a description of it. I'm not going to do that right now because I've already created one. It's living in the cloud. I'm going to go ahead and create a new application, or a configuration in this case. I'm going to call it ABQ Accela. And I want to go ahead and use this template. And it looks like I already created one called APPCityLife Accela, so I'm going to create a different one. I'm going to just call this one San Jose Accela. Create it from this published template. I can see what version it is, what it offers me as a template, and say, yes, go ahead and create that. So it's going to go off to the cloud, take that whole template, create all of the features, and give me a new app. So here I am in the editor for this particular app, and now I can go decide what features I want to look at, which ones I want to be in my application, what look and feel of styles, my data sources, everything else about this application. And I have a new app. If I go back now to where I created these, I can see that I actually have a brand new app here, and I can now just start working with this app completely. It's that easy to create templates and to start and to integrate with the Construct API.